Diker, who was Ho Chi Minh?
Ho Chi Minh, of course, to most Americans, was the leader of the Vietnamese Revolutionary Movement, a movement, of course, that caused us enormous difficulty for 15, 20 years. I think most Americans see him that way. I think to the rest of the world, he's also, for many people living in Asia, Africa, Latin America, he's a symbol of the National Liberation Movement. And of course, within what used to be known as the communist world, he was one of the international figures of that movement, along with Stalin and Mao Zedong.
Was he a nationalist or a communist, or both?
He was both. He started out certainly with strong patriotic leanings, but in the course of his early maturity, he became convinced that capitalism was a system that was very oppressive to not only to peoples like the Vietnamese, but to the working class around the world. And he became, while in France, he became a convinced Marxist and stayed that to the end of his days.
What year did he die?
1969.
How old was he?
79 years old.
And what did he die of?
I think he died probably like many people of a combination of things, but basically a form of congestive heart failure.
When we were there in '92, we had some video shot of the mausoleum, and I want you to talk through why this kind of a mausoleum. Have you been there?
Yes, I have. Mm-hmm.
It'll be on the screen in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the origin of this?
In fact, the origin of it has to go back to Ho Chi Minh's testament, which he drafted over a period of years in the last few years of his life. And he indicated in his testament that he wanted to be cremated, and he wanted to have his ashes distributed both north, center, and south, so that the people of all Vietnam would have a chance to venerate him. But after his death, the Vietnamese leadership decided that they needed some physical symbol. And they undertook a fairly comprehensive study of the kind of symbol they wanted. They looked at Lenin's mausoleum, they looked at the Lincoln Memorial, and a number of other memorial buildings around the world, and they settled on this one, which I would have to say many people, including myself, feel is singularly inappropriate for his memory because it's very heavy and Lenin-esque. It's very moving, I would say, when you go through it. Did you go through the?
Yes.
Yeah, and you see his remains there, but it doesn't seem to fit his personality, and I think a lot of people have been a little disappointed.
Are those his remains there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The area, was it called Ba Dinh Square?
Ba Dinh Square, correct.
Supposedly, and when we take this, you never know how it's going to come out by the time it airs, but that area has supposedly been blocked off